Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I actually want to start off by saying that I apologize a million times over for being late with my giveaways, but I've already reached almost 320 subscribers now, so I'm a little late, but I have my packages all set and I am going to send out my people a little bit of email tonight and hopefully get those packages out to my lucky winners soon. Thanks so much for being patient. Now, I don't know if you've noticed how amazing and delicious my nails look right now. But I had a little bit of a late night last night, and I got a little bit exploratory with my nails. I got inspired by Susie. Let's see, she has a YouTube channel here, and I cannot think of it right now. Anyways, I will post her down. I will put her link down below to the manicure that I got inspired by. But I am so in love with this. I've had it on for about 8 hours now, and I have not stopped staring at my nails the whole time. No lie, this took me about 3 hours to complete, and it is on my right hand. So I had to do everything with my left just to show you that this can kind of be done using the right or the left hand. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, before I stop blabbering on, I am going to unfortunately have to take these beautiful nails down. Behind me I have some of the stuff that I've used in it, some pretty green holographic glitter, along with these amazing flowers. And these are real dried and pressed flowers, and there's a little butterfly hiding in my nail here somewhere. And just awesome everyday stuff, and I'll put the link, if I can remember, down below. I really hope I remember, to my girl that I get all of this awesome cheap stuff from. So I unfortunately have to cut these down, so instead of having this beautiful long stiletto nail, I need to turn it into something I can work with. I don't want to stab my dog's eyes out when I'm working. Excuse my caviar bead mess here. I had a little bit of fallout, of course, while I was prepping last night. So I'm going to take my lovely little tool. I'm obsessed with this thing, and just kind of show you how I would turn this beautiful but very not functional manicure into something that can be worked with, I guess. All right, I'm just taking a couple of seconds to get some nice clear shots of my favorite manicure ever. And I am in no way, shape, or form a professional, and this is the first time I've tried anything like this, and I have to say I'm quite pleased on how it came out. Looks very elegant and pretty. I had them super sharp to begin with, and then I kind of took more of a, I guess, a stiletto or coffin tip form. I really don't know, but I'm sure in love. Okay, so I'm going to take this file Dremel, I guess not a Dremel, nail buffing tool, and just kind of show you how I would create a squarish, squoval shape. Sorry about the drill, you guys. Let's start with my thumb here. This actually is quite quiet, considering. I'm just going to kind of brace the nail and let this take some of this away. I'm cringing just a little bit. And don't worry about roughing the top up when you have something like this, especially if it's clear, because a clear coat will just fix this. It's funny, as I see everything down below, I see the little beads and stuff popping out of this. I'm only going to file down a couple of nails so you guys can see. I can do the rest of the boring stuff off of camera. Now, you'll see, let me just shut this off here for a second. Even so close into this cut down a little bit, you'll see how thick this is. And so that's why I said don't worry about covering the top, because there's a lot of clear gel in the middle on the top here, so we're going to have to kind of file that down so it's not so thick. Let's continue. I'm sorry about this super boring part, but with some instructional videos I can show you. Now, I'm using a Dremel only because file, nail drill, I really don't know what to call it. I'm using this because it's faster for a video. Now, for the most part, I would use a really coarse file on my nails rather than this. So I think that's still kind of long, unfortunately. So I'm kind of pretending I can't see all the beautiful design I'm filing away. I'm going to come around here and kind of look at my nail and turn it and see if it's still pointing the right direction and has the right basic shape. And I kind of square the edges off here a little bit more. I'm going to go underneath just a touch to kind of get rid of those horrible lines, but I think actually this is workable and safe. So now what I'm going to do is, now I'm working with my left hand on the drill, and I'm not really a huge lefty, but we'll see. I'm going to kind of come down the sides here and just even things out, taper the nail back down to a more pointed look. Kind of letting the flat of the nail and the flat of the drill kind of catch together. If you're an amateur like I am, you're still trying to learn all these professional tips and tricks on how to get the right angle. I just keep turning my nail over and looking at the angle of my nail underneath and how it looks from this kind of angle. You see how it's still a little wide over here. And I'm going to come in after we're done, and I do have buffing heads for this, but I do prefer to do all my buffing like natural, without the drill. It kind of, just in case, kind of gets away from this electronicness of it. This looks better. I think it's still a little thick here, so I'm going to take the arc. I also want to remember that I really like a nice curve to my nail. So I get all excited about these manicures sometimes, and I forget that you have to remember to keep a natural shape to your nail, if that's what you're going for. I know this, I don't know if they call it a flare tip. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. That is the ugliest thing I have ever seen. No, I can't. So I'm going to kind of look at the side here and kind of go along and just fix all these little spots that I see they just don't like. Line it up with the edge and touch it on. I'm basically just touching, so alright, so I like that basic shape. I'm going to go on to this nail and I'm bracing underneath the same thing. Okay. I'm bracing the nail because it hurts really bad when you just slam your nail into this. It sucks. So be careful, especially if you're doing somebody else's nails, to keep the nail firmly held. I'm sorry, apparently I can't speak correctly today. To keep the nail firmly held in your hand at all times when filing, because it hurts. I've hurt myself quite a few times. Alright, so I'm going to see if this is a... this is probably not a workable length for this yet. I'm going to take it down just a little bit more. Wow, this thing sure gets rid of length really fast. So now you can see it's kind of off-shaped and wonky. So I'm going to bring this back down to a natural look. Well, I don't know if you can say natural look because you've got clear tips on, but as close to natural as we can get with something like this. My index finger, or pointer finger, tends to be a lot more curved than other nails. It was really rough on my hands as a kid, so that doesn't help the situation at all. I'm going to take it down here a little bit. Now I have stuff kind of buried all within the gel layer of this manicure, so I'm not too terribly concerned about going too deep and wrecking the flowers, because to be perfectly honest, I've done that before with other inlays and it really still comes out beautifully. Make sure you turn your hand around. You see if you can see it's not quite even up there yet. Turn your drill on the side. If anybody has any good ideas or good videos on how to perfect like a coffin tip or a stiletto nail, not on a natural nail because I find that a lot, but on a gel nail, because I do find that it files differently than acrylics. But I gave up on acrylics a long time ago. It's just a huge mess for me, and I did that for years, but this just seems better. All right. So I think I am almost done with this. Let me grab my file here, guys. My nice hard file. It's 100 and 120, and it just kind of go up around the edges. And what I like to do is make sure that the plate or the bed of my nail has a more even line to the natural nail. I mean, to like the tip of the natural nail. This is, for me, just kind of creates a more even flow of the nail. It keeps the bulkiness away from the sides. I kind of like match up with the bed and kind of do it in like a circular motion file. I would not do this on my natural nails, but because we have this nice thick gel on, we don't have to worry about it. So I also want to like touch it with my fingers and make sure that it isn't too sharp or anything, so I can come out with the lighter side of the file and just gently back and forth. I also see that this is not completely right, so I'm going to file that. And come to this one, and again, I am going to line up with the side of the bed of my nail and see if I can get a nice even line. Kind of running the tip along too, because I want to make sure it has that same kind of squarish, pointy look. I think this is a coffin tip. And yeah, sorry about all the lovely dust here. I have one of those little whooshy fans, but of course I can't use it on the video. It's too loud. Alright, let's just even this up a little bit by kind of like running this back and forth. And again, I am not a professional. This is how I have just learned and done this myself over probably a good few hundred times I've done my own manicure. And it still looks a little bulky on this side for me. So I'm going to smooth it out a little. Alright, so I'm going to clean up here a little. I'm going to use a little alcohol. I almost said acetone, and that is not correct. And wipe. And I really do like the shape of that. I just want to make sure, you know, you look at everything first. And excuse me, let me just clean this up really good. I want to make sure all around the cuticles of the nails are nice and wiped, because we're going to put a little layer of gel polish, and I'm using the what is this? IDB Intense Seal. And this stuff has an amazing mirror shine, and it lasts forever, and it's also a no cleanse. Win, win, win. So, as you can see, there's not a huge difference, but these nails are workable, and the other ones are just not. So I'm going to come in and just seal this up with a top coat, and you'll see the beautiful shine come back to this, and it looks almost just as nice as it did before. But now I will not be poking out eyeballs of my clients. And I, to be perfectly honest, will be taking these down a little bit farther. But I think I can get through an easy Tuesday with these. Let me just finish this up. I'm going to pop this in the lamp after the video, but see how pretty that is. And it didn't really wreck the design, it just cut it down a little shorter. Thanks so much, guys. I know this turned out really long, and I apologize for that, as always. Thanks for the huge support, all the subscribes, and all the likes. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing week. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you.